Memorial-Assistance-Ministries was created as a faith response to Houston's economic crisis in the 1980s. At that time, 19 local churches joined together with a shared vision to assure local families have the means to meet their basic needs. That vision evolved into Memorial-Assistance-Ministries, MAM. Since the beginning years, MAM has continued to assist families facing financial crisis to avoid homelessness. Addressing critical and basic needs is the lifeblood at MAM. It's what drives our donors to give, our volunteers to serve, and our staff to work as diligently as they possibly can to serve our surrounding community. After all, our mission is to assure that families have the means to meet their basic needs. From the array of services we provide, to the diversity of our clients, to the location of our services, we are making an impact in our community. We're providing stability to families. We're helping a child work through a traumatic life circumstance. We're sheltering, clothing, feeding, guiding, and equipping our families to move more closely towards self-sufficiency. Our most critical leverage point is the relationships we've developed with businesses, apartment managers, schools, medical personnel, and other community resources. These allow MAM to respond immediately to our client's need, which makes a tremendous difference. It makes the difference between a child missing weeks of school due to untreated illness or seeing a doctor and getting better. It makes the difference between having an empty tank of gas or being able to get to work on time. It makes the difference between being evicted or keeping your home. MAM is effective because we're adept at identifying the right type of assistance and the right amount of assistance needed for each individual person. When we can't provide a needed service, we partner with other local organizations with the appropriate means and expertise. This allows us to be good stewards of our resources and maximize our impact. MAM has metrics for each of our programs. For our jobs programs, we track the number of people we help find employment and what their wages are. For our ESL program, we count the number of people regularly attending classes. Our assistance program is measured by how many clients find and remain housed for 6 months. And we count how many children are clothed through our back-to-school program. Because we pay attention, we know the details of our cost per service per client. Through conservative fiscal management, MAM carries no debt, operates with a 3-month reserve, and utilizes over 400 volunteers, equating to 30 additional full-time staff positions. Using in-kind donations from community businesses and individuals, we fund nearly 40% of our budget through sales in MAM's resale store. MAM is more than just a resale store, and its services encompass more than solely addressing immediate one-time needs. MAM's goal is to build stability and eventual self-sufficiency for these families who are now challenged with paying for basic needs such as rent, food, clothing, or utilities. They struggle with providing their families with a healthy living environment and attaining viable employment. Many working families have incomes too high to qualify for Medicaid, CHIP, SNAP, Gold Card, and other public benefits, yet too small to secure appropriate insurance and critical medical care. They are the working poor. Their volatile family budgets place them at high risk for eviction and potential homelessness. Since the beginning years, MAM has continued assisting families facing financial crisis to avoid homelessness, and our number of member churches has increased to nearly 30. We moved into our new building at 1625 Blaylock Road in 2006. During this year, MAM added programs for long-term financial self-sufficiency to assure children a successful start to school, to facilitate client access to other support networks, and to enhance MAM's value to its member congregations and the community. In 2010, we added our Employment Services Program to the Self-Sufficiency Programming, and in 2012 expanded our facility to provide more space to better serve our community. Today, MAM is a recognized and respected organization for centralized resources in many West and Northwest Houston communities. Sometimes we encounter a bias against people who can't support themselves, born out of a lack of empathy and understanding about the issues facing the working poor. At our heart, MAM is a charity. Our mission is to assure that families have the means to meet their basic needs. Sometimes that means paying the rent, and sometimes that means helping them to develop the skills to pay it themselves. Being located on the Gulf Coast makes us susceptible to frequent natural disasters, like hurricanes and floods. We're not first responders, but nobody told our clients that. They're going to come to us when they need us, and so we have to always be prepared for the unforeseen. Increased resources would allow MAM to be open into the evening hours until about 7 or 8 p.m., so we could serve clients who work during the day. While this may seem like a minor change, it would have a major impact on our services and allow us to reach as many as 1,000 additional families. A long-term significant goal for MAM involves establishing an immigration education and application assistance program. MAM clients often experience difficulties on their journey to legal immigration. Fear, lack of knowledge about resources regarding the citizenship process, or lack of access to immigration services. MAM could be instrumental in guiding these clients through this challenging process.